Podcast.
Did you get a sound test still, by the way? All right, so I guess we're starting.
Yeah.
All right. Podcast.
Finger guns.
So hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 402, is it, at this point?
Who knows?
Man, something like that.
Yeah. So, podcast.
Podcast.
Final Fantasy 14 is pretty good.
Yeah, you've been playing it, and I saw you were chopping trees.
Yeah, chopping trees. Botany and shit. Yeah. I played Final Fantasy 4 years ago. So, you know, I wasn't part of the big exodus of players to Final Fantasy 2 years ago when Endwalker was coming out. It was before that. It was, I forget why. It was just sort of a thing that people were like, hey, Final Fantasy is pretty good, you should play it. And I'm like, yeah, fine, whatever. And I gave it a go then, and it was fine. It was very MMO, you know, which is fine. I got partway through the tutorial, and then the bane of my video game enjoyment existence reared its lovely and friendly and helpful and good-intentioned head in the form of Fresh, who was very enthusiastic about me playing this game and wanted to help in any way he could. Like, showing up and giving me a ride in his convertible to do quests that I didn't really understand where or why I was doing them, just sort of dragging me about, and that cool. I guess I'm focusing like 90% of my brain on being social over actually playing the game, because that's how my brain works. If I'm being social, then holy shit, am I just only being social?
Yeah, it's like I can't do main story stuff in call with other people or talking to anybody else. Literally, it's like if I'm talking to somebody and trying to play the game at the same time, I'm not playing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, genuinely, want to make it clear, I really appreciate the intent. It's a little misguided for just who I am, because I have weird fucking neuroses that do not do well doing anything while also doing social things. So, yeah, that happened, and then I stopped playing the game. Yeah.
I had Warframe ruined for me in a similar way. Someone gifted me a really high-level mech, or skin, essentially, to play. And it's like, everything after that felt like a serious downgrade, and I just didn't want to play anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, for the new experience of Final Fantasy 14, I actually did mostly the same thing I did the first time. In terms of like actual gameplay experience, I picked an archer. It was an elf. I'm just going to call it elf, because everyone knows what a fucking elf is, and no one knows what an Elezen is, unless you play the game.
They're like Laffy Taffy people.
They are tall, and I made myself tall. So, you know, that's nice. The very nice lady that runs Gridania is not very tall, and it was very odd to see her stand at abdomen height to me. But, okay.
You're gonna like when you get to go to the Elezen place where everyone's an Elezen.
That is mostly Gridania, isn't it?
That's the first expansion, Heavensward, which is covered with the free trial, is the entire Elezen country.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. So I played a bunch until I got to level 10, which meant I could change my class, and then I spent a good dozen hours or so doing crafting and gathering and stuff, because that's apparently where my head is at in this game. And
There's so much content for crafters and gatherers in the game. There's entire tribal quests that are only for crafters and gatherers that get them special things that only crafters and gatherers can get. Special mounts, special emotes, like a lot of just good stuff. It really pays off to be a crafter gatherer.
Yeah, so I basically, like, every quest reward, pardon, every quest reward gives you an option of what rewards you want to get. It is pretty uniformly a piece of armor as one of the options, like most of the options, and then just a thing you can sell for money. And I always pick the thing I can sell for money because I can just make the other shit.
It's great, right?
Yeah. So I did the introductory quests to the, story and such, and all the stuff that finally lets you leave the first major area that you start at to go to the other two first major areas that you can potentially start at, which meant I was in an entirely new city with several new classes, including a few more crafting.
Yes, more crafter and gatherers, yes.
So this morning I spent about 3 hours fishing.
I was about to ask, have you started fishing? Because that's an entire game on its own.
Let me be fucking real. Just go into the Fisherman's Guild and then, okay, go catch some fucking fish for me. And it's like, oh, this is taking a while. I'm catching a bunch of bullshit that I'm not looking for. That's kind of annoying. But, I'm having a good time. And then night falls over the horizon. And just, I'm staring out at the ocean. And the fireworks display for the anniversary event starts. And that is a cool fucking moment. Where you're just sitting there on a fucking pier, fishing, and then just fireworks fill the sky above you. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, those are the moments, in that game. They're just, they stick with you.
So, yeah. Also, there was a place in Limsa, something like that.
Limsa, just call it Limsa.
Limsa. Where I was just running around trying to get all the teleport points because, that's what you fucking do when you go to a city. And for some reason, I got to a certain point and it started playing Answers, the song from the Everything Dies trailer.
Yeah, so when there's an event going on in Central Plazas, they'll play music related to that event. The event for that is The Rising. Which is where you get the new mount.
Okay.
But
Cool.
when there's the Easter event, they do the da 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 it's papaya song where it's papaya, and that's
very
everywhere.
evocative. Thank you. I really understood.
Right? Okay, listen, I'm doing a bad job with it, but listen, it's different music for every event. So they're doing Answers for its 10th anniversary and Rising event at the same time. So that's why.
So how long is that going with the mount being available? Because I can't get mounts yet.
You only need to be level 15 to do the quest.
I mean, yeah, but it's just getting to the quest because all the fucking other quests need to do first.
And you can do the quest and still not technically have a mount yet. I believe you get the item, but you can't use it, and you use the item to get the mount. But I'll double check on that because that just started like today.
Yeah. Like I got in the fucking what is it, Mentor Network, whatever it is for the new players, and it's just like people constantly saying, "Hey, there's an event going on in Uldar, and you can get a free mount and stuff."
It lasts until the launch of patch 6.5, which is probably in like a month or two.
Okay, so I can totally get that then, at least. I can't...
Yeah.
I almost certainly won't be able to do all the other cool shit of getting all those special mounts and things, but I can do this one.
And in addition, this is a very unique mount because rather with most mounts, you have your character riding on it. This one, you actually turn into the Phoenix for the mount.
seems a little too cool for someone like at level 25 or whatever I'm at right now, but whatever, it's fine.
It's fine.
You start an anniversary, you get cool shit. That's how it works.
Yeah, and for anybody who doesn't get it, it'll probably be on like the paid store later on, or it might come back. You know?
Because like that's what they use the store for now, right? It's just like, hey, you
Old
missed out
events,
on this,
that's
but you
just-
can go get it if you want it that badly.
Yeah, they'll rerun some events. Like the car event is from the FF15 event, which
Yeah,
they rerun
they redid
sometimes.
that, yeah.
But that's not on like the store.
Hmm.
But they have like old emotes, old outfits, old mounts, as well as like character outfits. Like if you want to dress like your favorite Final Fantasy 13 character, you can. You know,
Yeah, all those great man.
you want to dress like Noctis, you can.
I mean, in fairness, Noctis had some drip. I'm just gonna say,
Yeah, they have his outfit.
a
Yeah.
fashionable young man,
Mm-hmm.
and then a fashionable, slightly older man and gets the beard and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that game is just like fun. It's just kind of a relaxing fun, I want to say.
Yeah.
It's not intense. Like even the boss fights were not especially intense. Of just like do the very basic things that let you survive and you can win eventually, kind of thing. In fairness, I was massively over leveled because of how the start burst goes for this game. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having fun with it. The one major demerit that continues to be a problem, that was a problem the first time I played, was the fate system. That's just fucking awful.
Distracting you?
Constantly jumping in to ruin like cool moments. Like, hey, you have to go to this place and do this quest, and you're going to end up doing a boss fight in there. It's going to be a golem fight. It's going to be super cool. The second you get to where you need to be for this thing, it starts the fucking fate music because there's a fate here. You can take part and you can get shitty rewards from it. It's like, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
You start the quest. It's fine. And you do the boss fight, and it's all super cool, and you get the cutscene, and you talk to all the characters, and it's cool, and it's just like a nice, satisfying, quiet moment as everything just sort of resolves.
So
The fate's still going, guys! You can still do it! Go for it! Do the music! No.
there are fates that are really worth it. There are I know that like in order to get there's like a fashion accessory you can get later on, which you have to grind fates in all different like end game regions, and then you get these like fallen angel black wings that your character can wear. But like there's world fates which spawn like in real time, like every 2 to 3 days. And doing and they are huge boss fights which everybody travels across like worlds and data centers to go do. You just complete like 2 of the same one and you can get a really awesome reward out of it, or even just completing one you can get a minor reward if you want like a cool mount or something.
Yeah.
Those are the big fates, right? Those are the ones that give you actual like worthwhile stuff.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Considering what they've done to the experience system for the early game, they should probably just fucking get rid of the ones in the first areas.
honestly, like, yeah, I mean, fates are an okay way to grind early on, but like once you unlock dungeons,
you
it's
don't need
just
it
not-
anymore. You really don't. I was level 23 while I was doing level 12 quests. It's not necessary. Like, I was running around Gridania and just sort of, before I even left the town areas, I did a bunch of like shitty side quests that I just run to this person and give them this thing. And that got me to like level 5, just doing that. And then I left to do some combat stuff. And then I was like level 13, 14 by the time I came back.
Yeah.
It's stupid. You do not need to grind in the early game anymore.
They've also done a lot to change A Realm Reborn. It was originally much longer, and people had a lot of complaints about it. They have trimmed it multiple times and streamlined it multiple times, so people playing like now have a different experience from people who played back then. Because originally, so you can fly in Realm Reborn areas right now if you are like level 50 and you've completed a Realm Reborn main story. You could not fly in Realm Reborn areas until much later on. Like that was something that was added back into the game about the time that I started playing,
because it wasn't designed for it originally, I assume.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because flying was only introduced in the first expansion.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
So people who like, man, that first expansion is really great. That's where like I got to fly for the first time and everything else, and then I'm over here like, well, I was flying before the first expansion. It's a different experience.
Yeah,
I didn't do that one quest chain that you guys talk about and complain about and have fond, terrible memories about. I never interacted with because that was cut.
Well,
I mean, is the bonding experience worth keeping in garbage?
Yeah, no, it's not.
No. I would even argue at this point they could probably cut more, but they don't really need to. It's fine. There was a whole sequence of, hey, go to this shitty town in the middle of nowhere so that you can do a bunch of nothing for people who don't matter. And
that used to be way longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I'm glad you're enjoying it. Really just like take it at your own pace. That's the thing that even the devs like stress. Like you can unsub, resub at any time, just enjoy it at your own speed. There's no rush.
I bought a 90-day sub and I bought Endwalker. I think I'm committed at this point.
Okay, you're in.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't actually... The way of getting to actually fucking buy the expansions is really stupid. Just want to say that.
Yeah, they need to fix their systems up.
Because I bought Shadowbringers at the time that was the thing that was out.
Yeah?
And I had that, but I didn't have that because you need to register it with the Square Enix store.
Oh.
Yeah, you need to actually go to the Square Enix store specifically and register your product key there. It doesn't just automatically go onto your account that is already linked to Steam, by the way. You have to actually go and register it with them outside of Steam ecosystem to put it on your account.
I don't even use... I'm one of the few that does not play the game through Steam, so I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
Is it at least like directly linked from Steam to that, or is there a clear pathway?
I don't know. I was told to, when you want when you've bought the expansion, go to Mog Station, and I did, and that's how I did it. I typed in my browser Mog Station, and it pulled up the Final Fantasy store. Cool.
Yep.
Fucking, that is Square, buddy. Well, Squeenix, buddy. You need.
Tell me your
hates his stuff.
Tell me your character name later, and I'll friend you.
Guess.
Oh, right. You did mention
We said it last week, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll.
It's my name backwards, so people know that Casey's my fucking first name.
Yeah. Because if we're registered as friends, we can send each other stuff via the mail system.
Do not send me an epic mount.
No, I'm not going to. But I will be
playing
able to
the
send
game
you,
pointless by sending him NK gear.
but I will be able to send you Wheels of Cheese.
Okay.
Just for fun.
I mean, I like cheese, so I'm not going to complain. But the inventory system is limited. I'm just going to remind you of that. But
the inventory system is limited, but you actually get two things that really help with that. One is that you get when you get your mount, you get the Chocobo Saddlebag, which is a second thing of inventory.
Ooh, okay.
And then you also get retainers, which can just store a ton of items for you.
Is the Chocobo saddlebag a full extra inventory or just an extra inventory slate?
It's so your inventory is basically divided into 4 sections. The saddlebag is
5, I believe, but yes.
Yeah, the saddlebag is 2 extra sections.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
And then the I don't remember what the item limit is, but you can have 2 retainers who can hold a ton of items for you.
Yeah.
As well.
That was basically the main reason that I bought the sub, was because apparently you don't get those in the free trial version.
You also have a limit on how much money you can have at one time in the free trial version, I think.
Yeah, it's 300k.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah,
it's 300k, which is, I mean, more than enough for everything there. Like, the only reason why you would have more than that, is if you are
a crafter.
Like later game.
Basically, the entire thing about like the subscription benefits was basically, hey, if you're a fucking crafter, you're gonna want to subscribe. Like, seriously.
I mean, I don't have a crafter level that I need to, but I'm walking around with 22 million in my pocket because my way of getting money in that game is through being a Jurassic Park villain.
What?
I sell dinosaurs.
Oh, okay.
There's a rare mount that only drops in one part of like the side content, and I love that side content, so I grind it.
Okay.
And then a dinosaur drops, and then I sell it for 22 million.
That's fair. What's the drop rate on it, and how long does it take to roughly get one?
It's pretty low, but I'm also pretty lucky, so...
You're one of those people.
I mean, I'm gonna say 22 million is enough to buy a house. Like, not just a regular house, but a big house.
I've been trying for a medium for months.
You have a housing shortage?
I have I managed to get my hands on a small house, but I want to upgrade to a medium house, which costs like anywhere from 17 to 20 million. And so I've been trying the lottery, and the latest lottery was I was 36 on the house, and number 37 won the house. So yeah. What are you gonna do? It's easier to get a small house though than a medium house.
I looked like there's an early quest that is like, hey, when you are level like fucking 50, you can go buy a house. Level 10 character. Yeah. So because of that, I went
a bit ahead of time.
Yeah, just give you a goal to aim towards, I guess. So I went to the housing area in Gridania, and like, yeah, there's a fucking load of small houses that are just there.
Mm-hmm. They added 5 new housing wards recently in every housing district, of which you have the 3 like city states, which are Ul'dah, Gridania, and Limsa. Then you have the Japan land of Kugane or Shiogane, and they have their whole housing district. And then you have the newest one, which is in the Elzen land, which is it's just kind of England. It's just London, basically.
It's Ishgard, right?
Yeah, it's Ishgard.
Yeah.
And those are the 5 that they have in right now. They also have, if you're in a free company, which is a sort of a guild with people, you can get a room there, which costs like 300,000, I think. And you can just have one room that you can decorate with like stuff that you get as you wish.
I believe that's also a thing you can just get in, like, there's apartment buildings that are just like, hey, there are a single room.
I was going to get to that. There's also apartments, which cost, I think, like 400,000 or a bit more. But people buy houses, and then they buy apartments, and then they use their FC rooms to decorate all 3 of them at once because they are fiends.
Okay.
You don't understand that the housing scene is insane. I have seen modern houses in this game.
What's the bet that Dawn Trail is going to have yet another entire housing section?
They have not announced that. But we might get another one later on. Recently, what they did was they introduced something called the Island Sanctuary.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And they're expanding it so that once you get to a high enough level, you can start to place decorations and stuff around it, and really kind of do it up so you don't really need a house as much. Plus, it's instanced, so everybody gets their own.
Yeah.
But the new thing two new things that they're adding with Dawntrail you might be interested in is they're adding glasses, as you can just wear them with your helmets even.
Yeah.
Like a whole thing for glasses specifically.
I appreciate that, because as a person that enjoys glasses but doesn't wear them because it makes my eyes go wobbly, yeah, I like glasses. I like having my character wear glasses. If they have they have those shitty fucking pince-nez sunglasses that just pinch on the nose, like the Morpheus ones from the Matrix.
Yeah,
I would totally wear those. That would be my thing. Yeah. Okay.
Those are already in the game.
Yeah. I mean, I figured they were, but now you can just wear them with hats.
Yeah. Whereas previously it would just take up your whole headgear slot. And so they're adding that in, and they're also adding in something really big for people who like to customize a character, which is currently you can only dye armor one color.
Yeah, they're adding 2 colors now, yeah.
They're adding in the secondary color, which is going to be pretty huge, actually, because a lot of that end game is, I want to do this thing because I get the cool outfit from it.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Final Fashion 14.
Is there a transmog system in that game?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, then yes. Yeah, of course. The late game is, of course, going to be fashion.
The late game is fashion, crafting, gathering, and housing.
Yeah.
and ultimate
and the ultimate raids
raids
for the ultimate weapons and shit, yeah.
Yeah, which I've been working on one of those for several months now. It is very difficult.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Like, as in, if you do not move exactly at this place at this time, you might cause a cascade of problems that will cause you the entire party to have to wipe and start over. But I am glad that you're enjoying your time with it.
It's a good game. I'm having a good time with it, yeah. The fact that I basically don't need to play FGO anymore very much helps with having a little more free time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. That's pretty much all I've been doing. I've managed to get back on top of things mostly in terms of writing. I have the Patreon chapter that is due on Monday, which tends to get finished on Thursday, which I'm trying to stop doing. And I need to get a commission chapter done, but then I am completely back on top of everything and not falling tragically behind to the point of... It's been a rough month. So, yeah. That's pretty much me, though. I'm done. Patient, are you with us?
As much as I ever am.
That's... I don't know why, but that sounded vaguely sad. Okay. How you doing, buddy?
I'm okay. Job search still coming up a bit lacking. At this point, I've filed for unemployment, and we'll see how well that turns out as I continue searching. The options don't stop coming, so I'll just have to keep throwing darts until I hit the bullseye, so to speak.
I mean, your unemployment shouldn't be a problem. I mean, you will let go, and that's how that works, right?
Yes, precisely. It's just not something I've ever done before, is all. Yeah. It should be good. We'll see how things go. Writing projects are going well. Working on Platinum Pirate and Duelist Stream of Electric Karibo primarily. Also working on a long overdue Omake for This Bites. We are quite eager to get back to the story, but at the same time, when the latest episodes alone, when the latest chapters in and of themselves have made us overthrow some of our blueprints for what we have planned, we can't even get started on post-skip stuff yet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
that said, Oda's pacing has definitely picked up, so we'll see how things go from here.
Yeah, he kind of just skipped one whole section of the current arc, it feels like. It's just like, you know how this is gonna go, let's just move on.
The anime will probably stretch it out,
Yeah.
and
Well, they'll have to. Like,
Mm.
they're getting so close to catching up.
maybe we'll get another filler arc, and maybe it'll be as good as G8 with Jonathan.
Maybe. Or maybe they'll just, like, really fill out the time in Egghead and just sort of explore that whole science wonderland a little bit more. Wouldn't surprise me. That's an interesting setting to just sort of explore.
Agreed.
Mad science Willy Wonka kind of shit.
I hadn't thought of it that way, but you're definitely not wrong. I'm going to have to point that out to Zom now, and we're going to have sound bites do something like that.
Pure imagination song. Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm.
Or maybe one of the ones from the newer version with Johnny Depp. I'm not going to get into a tangent there.
Yeah. That's the thing for you guys to work out. That's
Anyway, aside from writing, there's been not too much going on. Just a couple of dietary adjustments. I've been working hard to just be drinking filtered water, and the difference is significant.
Oh, yeah. I've had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because it turns out my tap water is shit, so I have to filter it, or it makes me sick. So, you know. That's fun. I thought that was an American thing, but no, it's me too now. Cool.
Also getting back into taking omega-3 vitamins, so that'll be good.
It's like the focus thing, right?
Yeah. It's taking in the healthier kinds of fats, basically. I'm not really seeing a significant difference in my body weight yet, but it's not the kind of thing that shows up quickly.
Yeah, that's a slow burn of fat.
Yes.
Because fat burns. Yeah.
So I'll just have to be patient.
Yeah.
Joking aside, though, it's quite hard to be patient when it comes to stuff like this when your body is constantly just craving things that you should not be putting into it. You just have to keep up. You have to keep enduring day after day.
Yeah.
Aside from that, a close friend of mine from another country, well, born in America, moved to another country with her husband. She gave birth to her first child a couple of days ago, and that's nice. Yes. Still in the hospital, recovering. They're both getting better quickly, so that's good. Just haven't gotten all of the tests back yet. So that'll be... I'm probably going to be going to see them this coming Christmas time, so that'll be nice. And but really not much else going on. Video game wise, Masayanella's latest Let's Play has got me very tempted to buy Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe because it looks like a lot of fun collecting everything and getting all the platinums and all of that.
That's a Kirby game.
But, yeah, that's a Kirby game for you. That's Sakurai for you. And maybe I will. We'll see. But I'm definitely not going to be throwing my money towards that before either I've got unemployment set up stably or I have a job, and probably more to the latter than the former. Just because I am doing a remarkably good job at saving my money right now. I was going paycheck to paycheck back when I was employed. Now I've got almost 1,000 in my checking account and a solid 1,500 in my savings account, and continuing to build up with the severance pay that I have left. Won't last too much longer, but I've got 2 more solid paychecks coming up over the next month, so yeah, that should buy me time one way or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to spend money when you're exhausted and tired from work and just want food or some little thing. So you burn money pretty quick. It's easier when you don't have the stress of a job.
Quite so.
Also, they're not paying for like travel expenses and things like that.
Also that, yeah, not having to fill up your car a few times a week or once or twice a week or whatever.
Absolutely, yes. Most days I'm just at my apartment from sunup to sundown and just not doing too much. Although lately I have been spending a lot of time on Duolingo and brushing up on my Spanish. Being bilingual in Spanish is a very good thing to be able to put on your resume when you're in a state that borders Mexico. So I am not bilingual. I hesitate a little bit to call myself proficient, but I am making progress. I'm working on it a little more every day, and it's coming along nicely. A lot of work still to go, but it's going well. Yeah. So I'm happy about that, and I'll keep looking at Duolingo's weekly leaderboard as motivation to keep reaching for the top every week.
How does that work? I've never used Duolingo.
The more lessons you go through, the more quote-unquote experience points you get, and those just pile up. I'm not sure how quickly they expire, but the top 7 of the leaderboard every week move on to the next league up. And each lesson is normally worth 10 to 20 experience points, and when you reach the end of a given unit, it's about 40.
Okay.
And the top of the leaderboard for the Emerald League, which is about in the middle of all possible leagues for this week, a little less than the top placement was about 2,500.
Okay, that's a lot of work, but it's manageable. Also, especially if I appreciate the system of upgrading people to the next league. Otherwise, it would just out of spots would all relax people.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, there are constant ads trying to encourage me to get promoted to Super Duolingo, which is not free, but it is significant. It does come with a lot more tools that you can use to facilitate your growth. I'm trying to do it for free for obvious reasons as long as I can. And I'm still making good progress. Just there's good and there's better, and we'll see how long I can go like this. In any case, putting endless amounts of hours into trying to reach the top of the leaderboard here, well, even if I lose the game, I'm still walking away with the prize of having more knowledge of another language in my head, so it's a good use of time either way.
Yeah.
True.
So yeah, that's probably the most productive thing I've been doing over the past few weeks, and it's definitely a good way to spend my time. It's a bit tiresome to try stockpiling lessons to reach the top of the leaderboard and trying to relax my desire, my need to be at the top.
That's fair.
Yeah. But there are other competitive people here, and if they want it that much, then I'm inclined to listen to my body and let them have it for the time being.
It wouldn't really be a relaxing, enjoyable, productive learning experience if you're pushing yourself 100% of the time.
No, definitely not. I mean, at one point, I was just struggling to take in any new information, and that was the point where I just had to call it quits. So,
Yeah, I'm glad you did, instead of just being like, nope, not gonna listen.
yeah. I pushed myself as far as I could, but if I couldn't, then I shouldn't, and I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I suppose I should... I've made progress on the Pokemon Stadium 2 game. I've cleared 5 out of 10 tournaments, not including the Junior Castle yet. So that's... It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of challenge. And I haven't started the Challenge Cup yet, which is where your Pokemon and items are predetermined before you even start. Before you start the first match, it's randomized every single time for you and your opponents, which is an interesting challenge. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to doing that once I've beaten the Prime Cup. But yeah, things are stable for me right now, and that's about as good as I can get for the time being.
It's good to hear, though.
Yeah.
So that's everything?
Yeah, I believe that's everything.
Cool. Slicer, we're gonna make Zero go last because he usually goes like first or second or third.
That's fair. It's a fairly short one this time. Me and the housemates started watching American Gods this week. I can't remember if I mentioned that last week or not.
The name is familiar. I don't remember what that one's about.
Exactly on the name. Gods are real, and some new ones got born in America because of new beliefs or new systems of belief or what have you. Not really a spoiler, but the Vulcan, the god of the forge, and volcanoes, specifically volcanoes. He's a gun guy now. So that's how older gods evolve. Is essentially they take over a new system and gain worship through that.
I mean,
people worshiping that item.
Vulcan canon is a thing, to my understanding. I think it's sort of a... Or was that made up for several... It feels like it would be weird if it was made up for several video games. That feels like it was a real thing that was implanted.
I know the Vulcan cannon in Warhammer is a thing, because I have a tank that has one.
Yep, it is a real thing. It is a minigun.
Oh, the plane minigun.
Yeah, the M61 Vulcan is a real thing.
The gun's so big they built a plane around it.
Yeah. The thing that Vulcan
So,
Raven has.
So yeah, it's a really good show. I don't want to say anything because it will spoil things.
Okay.
It's one of those shows where you kind of find new information out every episode, and the mystery is kind of the point of at least season 1 so far. So yeah, I just fully recommend it though. It's very good.
Sweet.
Let's see. As of today, I downloaded Postal 4 because I didn't realize that was a thing.
Oh God, why?
So, because it's outlandish and dumb, and I love it. That is the series where it's a person going crazy and just start murdering things. In at least the first one. This is the series where you can use a cat as a silencer. Like, it's just outlandish and stupid, and without morals.
Okay.
So yeah, it's well made, sort of. It's got some glitchy bug things with the controls. Like, people started double speaking pretty early in my gameplay experience. I've only played for a few hours.
I feel like you just undermined your own point there a little bit.
It's sort of. I mean, every game has bugs, but nothing
Maybe
game
I'm
breaking.
biased because Postal 3 exists.
I actually didn't play that one, so I don't know.
That's because it was pulled off of every store for being so fucking broken and worthless.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, they learned their lesson. This one functions in every way so far that matters. So, yeah. Let's see. I don't know if I've really done much else. Work is doing mandatory overtime for the next month, so I got Labor Day weekend off next weekend. But I'm on Saturdays for the next 3 weeks.
Ooh.
Which I did. I mean, I offered to do, as opposed to my 2 other coworkers, because they had plans already. So,
Yeah. Plus,
and they've
overtime pay.
true. There is that. I do need the money, so that helps.
And it seems like the kind of thing that will endear you to the higher ups.
Oh hell no!
No,
Yeah, no, they don't care.
of course.
No, I work at a place that gleefully abuses their own workers, and they don't care. It is part of the company culture.
Yeah.
How depressing.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, from my understanding, the culture of, hey, I'm going to do this extra thing and you're going to be grateful and it's going to reflect in my pay packet and or promotions coming up. No, that's not a thing anymore. You fucking move companies to get a raise or a promotion now.
Yup. No, I was told to do work in the warehouse as opposed to the lab that I work in now. And I asked, hey, am I getting any kind of extra pay or bonus for this? And they're like, nope, it's just we always have people work in the warehouse. 2, in addition to the regular job. That's just how we do things. So
We just regularly have you do things that aren't in your contract.
yeah. Oh, we don't have those here. We'd not really. And it's every state but Montana is at will employment, so they can just fire you at any point for any reason. It's great. Love employment here. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. I can't think of anything else I've really done. Been a good week. Been nice. Getting a lot of sleep. That's nice.
Yeah. Zero. You awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
So I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3.
This is... It still is baffling to me that I am playing Final Fantasy while everyone else is playing Baldur's Gate. This is...
And I've been having a lot of fun.
The world done done upside down.
So I've tried 2 different multiplayer games. One with somebody else, like one-on-one, another with somebody with like a group of friends, and both were a lot of fun. I decided for my one where it's just a party of friends. You know, I got 3 other people together. I was gonna play a monk, a tiefling monk, and we had a wizard in our party who was painfully broke. We were all painfully broke. It was the start of the game. So I'm like, I'm going to try to get some money. I'm going to
You meant broke as
pickpocket.
money-wise. I thought you meant broke as in their skills make them...
Yeah, no.
unbeatable.
We needed money because it costs money to add spells to your spellbook as a wizard.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And I tried to pickpocket the money I just gave the guy I sold my items to and bought items from. And I got sent straight to jail because the at the time it was actually being detected was actually bugged. Which they did a huge bug patch which fixed over 1,000 bugs. But you could be detected like even if you successfully snuck. It was kind of BS.
Oh, is it that thing where the horses report you? Like in early Skyrim?
People just like automatically like freaking 180 be like, hey, even though you were out of my line of sight, I know you just tried to steal from me. It's like, so I got sent to prison. And in my other playthrough with a friend, I had played a wizard, and I had done a firebolt towards one of the prison walls because this prison is like a very, very shoddy prison. It's like a gate, 3 wooden walls, and behind the wooden walls is just a chasm of death. But you can knock down one of the walls because that's kind of broken and climb down to a ledge and climb around the chasm of death to get up to the other side and sneak out of jail. Right?
Okay.
So, previously, with my wizard, who was an evil wizard, so he was stealing everything because he needed money to fiddle his spellbook.
Mm-hmm.
I had just done a little firebolt spell, cleared the way. So with my monk, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go punch the door. I'm going to go punch this wall down, and I'm going to be free. I didn't realize something, though. And that was as I went over to the door, and after I had selected the punch command, my perception check went off. Successful. Detecting that there was an explosive plant right next to the door. So when I punched it, I immediately exploded and got sent flying off into the death chasm and instantly died.
Oh.
And everybody else, I'm in a Discord call with everybody else. It's like, what? How'd he die? How'd he die? And I'm just laughing. Just nonstop. Just couldn't stop laughing for like 5 minutes straight at this freaking Looney Tunes event that just happened here. It's such a silly game. I love it.
That really is actually Looney Tunes. That's a Tom and Jerry sequence right there of just like, I finally got through to what I'm trying to do, and then there's a bomb that's just right there in front of them the second they succeed.
And just bam, instantly dead.
Tom and Jerry or Wile E. Coyote.
It's very Wile E. Coyote. And like they let you do all sorts of stupid stuff. Like I picked up a treasure chest into my inventory and decided to use it as an improvised weapon. You know? Like that's a thing you can do. And I really enjoy that game. That game has actually caused me, as somebody who DMs, Dungeons and Dragons, to look at and be like, they fixed a lot of stuff I don't like with 5e.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal their changes and adapt them to my game. So I've been doing that a bit because it's so much better. I've gotten to like Act 3 in the game on my solo file. I've played a lot of it, a lot of it. Having some serious technical difficulties though, because the performance patch is not out yet. The bug fixing patch is, but the performance patch is right around the corner, and it has some memory leak issues. So what I would have to do is I'd play for like 2 to 3 hours, then I'd have to shut off the game, reopen it, play for another 2 to 3 hours, because after that 2 to 3 hour point, you start moving at like 2 FPS, and it's unplayable. You're watching a slideshow. So that's kind of unfortunate. I know I don't have the best PC, but like even people with good PCs are reporting this issue. So I don't know. But yeah, I enjoyed Baldur's Gate. Very, very nice. I'm probably gonna finish it up relatively soon. Aside from that, though, I did some substitute teaching again,
Yeah.
and that was nice to get back into the workflow. Though, you know, you have the kids all saying your name when it's kindergarten, and it's like, right, stress. I
am
remember
the center
now.
of these children's universe for the next 3 hours.
Yeah. All right. I can do this. But you know, it's a fulfilling type of like, yeah, there we go. We got it. I did work, I got money.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, nothing else really comes to mind. It was just played some Baldur's Gate 3, did a little bit of work. I got some good news. My sister, who's like 7 months pregnant, finally got an apartment of her own.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's great.
As well as a car.
Oh, very
Oh.
good.
She's not had a car for like 5 years. But she's like 8 months like sober, off drugs, and clean and everything.
Fantastic.
The baby really helped with that. And
I imagine, yeah.
the recovery program. And then so my grandma helped out, got her a car. They got cleared for an apartment. And compared to like a year ago, my sister had a staph infection in the heart, in the lungs, and in her blood, and had to sit in the hospital or else she was likely going to die. And she's come a long way since then, so I'm very happy for her.
It seems like she's about as stable as you can get right now.
Previously, and I mean, when I say recently, I mean she just got it like Friday. Because before that, they were sleeping on the floor of her boyfriend's brother's house.
Neat.
In the living room.
That's rough.
They had to drag in the mattress every night, and then in the morning they would take it out and just leave it in the backyard.
I am very glad that she has her own apartment now.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of like a very, very down place, but she's been clawing her way back up. But super proud of her.
Yeah,
Very
that's a
good.
really, really rough state to be in for many, many reasons, but it's hard to get up. So that's good.
Especially when you're pregnant the entire time.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like she's stabilized just in time.
Yeah, like that. You know, she hit absolute rock bottom. So now it's only up from here.
Yeah. How much are you going to be having to do with your new niece or nephew?
Nephew. I want to be a part of the kid's life and, you know, be there.
Mhm.
Little AJ is what they're gonna call him. Taking take the A and the J are the first names of the boyfriend and my dad put together.
Oh, okay.
So really nice.
Monkey Zero.
Yeah, I'm gonna be an uncle. Baby is coming in November. Like mid-November.
Did you say 8 months?
I thought I said 7-ish months.
I should hope so, because
7 months pregnant, 8 months
Sober.
Sober, yeah.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, best wishes for the both of you. All 3 of you, even. 4 of you if the boyfriend's in the picture.
He's in the picture, and he's been. He has his own, like, he was. They met in like a recovery program, basically.
I see.
In rehab, and his thing is alcohol. But so far, he's done a good job. The moments in which it seemed like he was going to go down a bad path, my sister's been like, "I'm going to cut you out," and then he's shape and straightened up. So like right now, like they are giddy and they're happy. They actually have a 2-bedroom apartment.
Good. Good.
Which, you know, they'll probably marry in the future. Just gonna say, but right now they are not. They're just trying to get stable.
Yeah, there are more
makes
important
sense.
things to worry about at the moment than
Absolutely.
a very nice party.
Yeah, because I would say that this baby has saved my sister's life. Gave her some hope to live for the future, and it has wildly affected her priorities and her personality for the better. So really good news.
Yeah.
And just
Yes.
yeah, I haven't talked about the stuff when it's like bad news because I don't want it to be a downer. But like,
Yeah, that's fair. Not much you can really do about it too, so it's just bad.
so we're in a good spot there, and you know, everything's going great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
sweet.
if I
Anything
can
else?
make a recommendation, Zero.
What's that?
Just a recommendation. I'm just going to DM you a link to a book that friend of mine, my big sister, basically. This book has been a lot of help to her, so I'm just going to send you this. If you want to show it to your sister, it could be helpful for her.
Okay, so that book has actually already been given to her
Oh,
Of course it has.
from my my mom and dad both had books to give to them, and that was one of them.
Well, so much the better then.
Yeah, no, they're getting a lot of support. They're both in a good spot. Really happy for that.
Yeah.
Because
Very good.
you know, when you work with kids, like as a teacher, as a substitute teacher, even, you can see a lot of kids who come from homes which are definitely not perfect for one reason or another, right? And you can see kids where it's like, this kid does not get enough attention. This kid does not get like enough of what they need, and it makes you worried for like things like this, you know. But I think this kid's going to be good, and I think this kid's going to be happy. So that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's an episode. Hey, Zero. You remember when you had to bail early last week?
Yeah.
We kind of need to do the Patreon.
I want to say thank you to our patrons.
Yeah. Look forward to doing this again next week. It's gonna be good.
You all are awesome. For the previous month. Thank you.
you guys were awesome a month ago.
Yeah. Thank you to Ryu. Thank you to Sailor House Thunderbird. Thank you to Vale, Greek Guy, Ethan F, Crossbrain, of course, as always, and Tempest Troper 37. You all are fantabulous, fantastic. Other F words that are not mean. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Frabjous.
Urban.
Okay, I think that's an episode. Patreon link in the description, Discord link in the description. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
Rabbits.